YouTube. What's up, baby? We back here once again. But with another review. This is Q's Insight. I am Callie. And today, we on a season finale, baby. Season 2, episode 10 of Locke Key. Now, I just want to say, before this is over, I will make one more video tomorrow. And I will... give my whole thoughts on season 1, my whole thoughts on season 2, and, any type of premonitions that I have for season 3, all right? But anyways, this is season 2, episode 10, cliffhanger, bro. And if that didn't tell you how it was going to end, it told me how it was going to end, so I don't care. I'm going to point out what I want to point out. I ain't going to point out everything, man. But let's go. Let's go, baby. So, on this episode, we kind of pick up where Ellie escapes. And she goes... And she goes to look for Rufus. And she, she goes to the house. No one's there. But in the midst of her, looking for him, she looks at not even a mirror, but like a window, and in the reflection that that you can barely see, she sees that she's not herself. She's still Dodge. So, that's got to change, right? So we go from there to Nina comes back home with Matuku. But right before they get there, Bodhi tells Kenzie about Josh and Eden. So but Officer Matuku comes to the house with Nina, and it's a bad situation because he's a follower. So Nina ends up leaving the room for a second, and it's just Kenzie and Bodhi there and Officer Matuku. And he's like, you see how I'm with your mom right now? I could easily kill her. And any of our followers can kill her. So you need to make a decision. What is your decision? And she is obviously not going to go with him. But she doesn't give him an answer. And Bodhi's like, my sister's told you to leave. You need to leave. And Officer Matuku's like, bro, I will rip your neck out of your throat right now. Like, I will rip your I'll rip your neck out of your throat. I'll just rip your throat out, bro. Like, just, you better watch how you talking to me. And then Nina comes back, and so, everybody acts normal, and Mr. Matuku leaves, and, that's that situation for the time being. Then we get to see and we see Tyler coming back home from what happened in the last episode where, Jackie ended up dying, and he's real pissed off, and he's like, the key worked, but it didn't work the way that I needed it to work. I wasn't trying to have her die. And Kenzie's like, don't blame yourself. Like, this is all Gabe's fault. Like, if anybody's to be blamed, it's Gabe. And he's like, you know what? Like, you're right. I'm gonna go get him. So, his whole thing is like, you took mine out. I'm gonna kill you now, Gabe. You know what I'm saying? You took my love from me. I'm gonna kill you, Gabe. And, before he can really get out the door and everything like that, Kenzie's like, let me come with you, first of all. And, I'm really the only one that can do this. And that's not really true, but it kind of is true at the same time, because Gabe still, per se, cares for her. So she can get the upper hand because of that. Everybody else he don't care about. He'll kill them on sight. So, yeah, she ends up going with him. And then we cut to Josh is basically throwing out all of his, ancestral books and everything like that, had to deal with Captain Gideon and, the Locke family in there and everything like that. And he's just getting rid of everything because he feels like this is unhealthy. And also, he finds out like who Captain Gideon was. Like he was a bad guy. So, now he doesn't even want to follow the trail no more. Like he's done with that. So he's trying to get rid of everything. And in the midst of him, getting rid of everything, Eden comes to check up on him to see if he got out the cave and how he's doing and everything like that. And he doesn't know what she's talking about because he's forgot. And he's like, she's like, I need you to keep up your end of the bargain like I did. And he's like, yo, you didn't even show me like what I wanted to see. And so like, no, screw you or whatever. And she's like, bro, I showed you what you wanted to see, but you don't remember. So that's not my fault. But I showed you what you wanted to see. So I need you to keep up your end of the bargain, and I need you to get the Omega Key for me. So anyways, we end up getting back to Gabe, and Gabe is basically, running through his plan to destroy the Locke family and the Savinis and just everybody. Except for Kenzie. Again, bro, like why are you obsessed with Kenzie, bro? Like what is going on with you? So in the midst of him, telling everybody the plans, Kenzie shows up. And she ends up talking to Gabe. And in the midst of them talking, Tyler, Duncan, and Scott are actually trying to take the demon key from them. Take the demon key away from Gabe. Like go to where he has it. Like he has it in, somewhere in the house. So he's trying to get it away from them. But while they're doing that, Kenzie's talking to Gabe, and Gabe is like, I really do have feelings for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to remember that I am an echo, but at the same time, I'm in a human body with a human soul. So, like, I really do care for you. You know what I'm saying? And she's just like, she can't do it. She can't go with them because it's not really Gabe. And, she's not going to be with evil. So what ends up happening is she is like, you say you want me to join you of my own free will, but you don't give me free will because you con me into doing everything. And so my answer has to be yes in order for everything to work. Like there isn't, like, it's not like I will say no and then you don't harm nobody or even harm me. It's like if I say yes, that's the only way that's gonna happen. But if I say no, you're gonna harm everybody still. So it's like you don't give me my own free will, and I'm not gonna let you have that power over me. And so she walks over to the ledge, and there's like, this cliff or whatever, and she jumps off, and Gabe, runs over there to see, like what, her body, like, falling and stuff like that. And it's falling, bro. All of a sudden, these wings freaking come out of her back, bro. And then she starts flying, bro, like some angel wings per se. And she just starts flying, bro. And now we know what the key does, the last key that she found from Sam and Chamberlain. So that was cool, bro. That was a nice little touch, a nice little power to give, the Locke family before everything is over, So when she does that, Officer Matuku's like to Gabe, hey, they're probably trying to get to the vault and get the key. And so they're like, all right, Gabe is like, since all the followers go after them, and handle it, you know what I'm saying? So they try to do that. What ends up happening is as the followers are trying to, catch up to Duncan, Tyler, and Scott, um, Gabe is like, you know, I'll I'll help out, from where I'm at. He pulls out the crown and tries to use the shadow people to help. But right before they're able to do anything, Kenzie swoops back in and pulls the crown off of his head. You know what I'm saying? And then she's about to take off, but then Gabe grabs her leg and then like pulls her down. So they're both, right next to each other or whatever it may be. But that allows, Tyler, Duncan, and Scott to, continue their way to the per se vault, you know what I'm saying, to get the key. And then as they make their way to the vault, the followers finally catch up to them. And so at this point, what happens is Duncan takes the fire key and he's slowly cutting a hole through the vault so that way they can get the key. But in the midst of him doing that, with time going so slow with him doing that, you got the followers on the other end and they're coming. So, Duncan's like, yo, I need you guys to back me up so, I can open up the vault or whatever. So Tyler turns around and he's got the reverse key. And then Scott turns around and he's got the strength key. So they going head on with the followers, bro. And that was a dope scene, bro. That was a dope scene. Like, because they're practically going to be brothers if Kenzie and Scott, you know what I'm saying, get married or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They'll practically be brother-in-laws, you know what I'm saying? So they going, Avenger style, bro, you know what I'm saying? And they handling like real tough, like, bro, to the point where Dodge ends up just, coming up there. And, Gabe per se, but, at this point she switches to Dodge. So she comes up there and, she's basically like trying to prevent them from getting the key. Cause now, they're already working on getting the key. The followers are trying to stop them, but they're able to prevent the followers from stopping them. So, now you got to throw out the ace. You gotta come up with your best thing. And that's Dodge to come help out. Right. So, in the midst of, the fighting and everything like that, even though, Duncan is working on everything still and basically gets the key right before he's about to get the key, and that Tyler and Scott are fighting off the followers and they kind of handle all of them. And, Dodge is coming. So she just like calls up more followers and they're coming straight. They're coming straight towards, Duncan, Tyler, and Scott. And it's like, what are they going to do? Because, they can fight off the followers, but then you still got Gabe being behind them or Dodge being behind them or whatever. And it's just a different situation now, what are you going to do? And then all of a sudden, Duncan's holding the key and he's like, stop. And then all the followers stop. And then you realize that because Duncan made the key, he has power over it too. So he has the key in his hand, obviously. And his blood is entwined with the making it the key as well. So I don't know if he didn't have the key and he told them to stop, maybe they still would stop, or if it's just he had to have the key. I don't know. But he had the key, told them to stop. The followers stop. He tells them, attack Dodge. So they all turn and they all attack Dodge. And Dodge freaking handles them all, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that was a crazy scene as well, bro. That was a really crazy scene as well. So in the midst of all this happening, Scott, Duncan, kind of leave the area per se. And I think they Tyler does too. They kind of want to make you think that they all just three escaped. And what ends up happening is Kenzie comes in, and now she's about to fight Dodge by herself. So that was an epic little battle for a second, bro. But it gets to the point where Dodge gets the upper hand on Kenzie, and sneaking behind Dodge right before she's about to kill Kenzie is Tyler with the reversal key. And he hits Dodge with it and turns it, and then she falls down on the ground. And the house is about to fall off of the cliff throughout all the mayhem that was going on. The house is about to fall off the cliff, and it does. And then once, the rebel hits the ground and stuff like that, you see, clouds of like just dirt or debris and stuff like that. And then out of that dirt and debris comes flying out, Tyler and Kenzie, due to her having the wings from the new key. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. They land where Duncan and Tyler are, and, and everything is good, per se at this point. And they're thinking everything is over, Dodge is dealt with, whatever. And then all of a sudden you see a hand climb up on the cliff, and you're like, yo, like, Dodge is still alive, bro? And in a way, to me, that would have made sense, because the reversal key can kill demons, but they can't kill echoes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But it turns out, being that it was Lucas that's climbing up the cliff, and they're like, can we trust them? Is it still Dodge and secret? Being secretive about her disguise, stuff like that. But just to end all that suspicion, Lucas is like, I'm sorry about everything to Kenzie, and I'm sorry to you guys about everything, and here's the keys, and he gives them all the keys. So it's like, wow, what I'm saying? If he was still Dodge, that would be a bad move for him to make, to give them all the power. So he can't be Dodge anymore. Dodge either has to be destroyed or just out of the body now. And that's now just Lucas, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. So from there, we're kind of getting to the closing scenes, you know what I'm saying? Closing things up. Basically, Lucas and Tyler and Duncan and Eden and Scott are headed back to the Locke house, and end up being that Ellie, still in her Dodge, I wouldn't say disguise, because she didn't want to be disguised as Dodge, but she got turned into Dodge. She couldn't turn back until they get the face key or whatever. So she ends up, in the midst of them doing all that battling and stuff like that, she ends up going to go see Bodhi, and Bodhi's like, oh my God, though, this is Dodge, it's Dodge. And then she's like, he's about to kill her, he's about to try to kill her, and she's like, yo, it's Ellie. And then he's like, all right, if you're Ellie, then take the key. And she takes the key, and he's like, oh my God, Ellie, like, da-da-da-da. So, what I'm saying, she's back, she's at the Locke house. So like I said, you got Tyler, Duncan, Scott, Lucas, and Kenzie coming back to the Locke house, and then they all get out the car, and then waiting for them already is Ellie and Bodhi, but Ellie is still with the Dodge form, so they're like, oh, she's still alive, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, no, guys, this is Ellie. And then, like, everybody's like, yo, that's crazy, da-da-da-da. They end up using the face key on her. She turns back into Ellie. Then Lucas and Ellie reunite, and that was a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? That was a beautiful thing, bro. And then it goes to Eden, going to go visit Gabe's shrine at the school or whatever, and she not even really want to visit. She just kicks down his door to his dorm, and then she goes to get a key. And I didn't know what the key was at the time, but I eventually found out later on. So she grabs the key, and then they kind of cut from that. And then Josh and Nina kind of talk for a second, and then they kind of, reunite as well. They're not exactly per se going out just yet. They both need time, or more so Nina does. But you can see that, they're going to fall back in love again. You know what I'm saying? So that's, everything's clear. Everything's going good, right? And then we hear that Tyler is actually going to be leaving for a while. And right before he leaves, Duncan's like, yo, it's about to be your birthday, and, you're going to be gone by the time it's your birthday, but I want to give you a present early. And he gives him the car that he has been working on the whole time, and bro is rolling in a mean car, bro. In a mean color too, bro. Like that Ford GTO, I think it's called, bro. Like, yo, yes, I need one of those. So, we got to see him get a little car for his trip, and that was cool. So that was his goodbyes to Duncan, and then it shows like him and his mom talking, and it's an emotional scene, bro. And he says sorry for like not letting her in on everything, and when she tried to help, like he kind of shut her down. And, he said sorry about that. They kind of reconcile and get back with each other, and it's cool. And then he goes to say his goodbyes to Bodhi and Kenzie. And at that point, like, he gives the keys to Kenzie and is like, you were the one that basically stopped Dodge. So if anything ever happens, like, we know you got this, and, like, you don't really need me. And it's like, oh, man, come on, bro, don't do this. And then so Bodhi's like, hold on a second, you're leaving us the remembrance key. By the time you come back from your trip, you're not going to remember anything. And he's like, yeah, but that's what I want. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. Like, why do you have to do that, bro? Why? But, it's whatever. That's his decision. That's his choice. And I don't know if that's, if he's making that decision because Jackie wanted that decision for herself, but she's dead now, so maybe he's making that decision, for her, for himself. Like, I don't know, but it is what it is. He's doing what he wanted to do, so that I'm not gonna trip on that. So then, basically, yeah, he's like, you guys got this. If Eden comes back, she's not gonna be a challenge for you guys, and but you guys got this. Like, and when I come back, I won't remember, but I want a normal life. So, you guys have to respect that. And so they do. They let him go. They all hug each other, whatever. Shows him driving off to, go do his little vacation, right? And so, everything's good. Everything is still good. Everything's still good. And it shows Ellie goes back for Rufus in her own form now, and they hug, and that was a cool little thing, bro. Like, a lot of touching moments on this last episode, bro. But I mean, what do you expect for the season finale of season 2? So yeah. And then Bodhi is talking to his mom, and he's like, I want to show you something. He brings out the head key. He makes her go inside of her head, and he goes along, and then she sees memories of like her husband and just stuff like that. And it was mad beautiful, bro, because she needed this. She needed this closing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she needed it. And it was just beautiful that she got that, bro. Like, it was nice. It was nice, man. And so, they finally come out of her head, and, she, Bodhi's like, you'll forget this, but I just wanted to share this moment with you. I figure it should be with me. And she's like, I don't want to forget this. And he's like, you know what? You're not going to forget this. And then he pulls out the remembrance key. So he's going to make her remember. So now for season 3, bro, she's going to remember. Let's go. So I'm happy about that, bro. I'm happy about that. I always thought she should be let in, because if she was let in to know about everything, you wouldn't have to worry about Officer Matuku, right? She would have known to stay away from him. And, her feeling left out, she would have been left out. She would have been helping, bro. So anyways, you get that happening. And then we go to Eden, and she goes to the lock. She used the anywhere key to go to the lock house, and she goes to the well, and she uses the key for the well, and she twists it, and she says Captain Gideon's name, and then Captain Gideon goes like yes or whatever. So now she's bringing back Captain Gideon, my G, to the present time, and she summons him out the well. He comes out the well, and then she's like, oh, it's you. And it's not that she's recognizing Captain Gideon, but she's recognizing the demon inside of him. He must be like a high ranked demon, like higher than Dodge was. You know what I'm saying? Because he's an Echo as well, but he must have been higher at a higher place than Dodge was. And she's like, look, I know who you are in our world, but this is a different realm, and I'm the one that freed you. So, we're gonna work together, but I'm in charge per se. This fool takes her and drops her down the well, and she's dead now. Bruh. He's working on his own, bruh. From the bottom to the top, he gonna try to rise, but he's working on his own. So it just kind of shows him taking the anywhere key, because you can't leave even though you've been summoned from the well. You can't leave unless you got the anywhere key. So he has the anywhere key, shows him about to leave, bro. So now we got another threat that's not Eden, bro. That's higher than even Dodge. So please, Tyler, please come back. Please make him remember. Please call him like, hey, something's gonna, like, I hope the dude does something crazy, and then, Kenzie and Bodhi and everything and Duncan find out and everything like that, and then they call Tyler like, yo, like, you have no choice but to remember now, bro, because we need you. I hope that's what happens, bro. But anyways, man, that was season 2, episode 10. What a roller coaster, bro. What a roller coaster. Great episode, bro. I gave it a 10 out of 10. And for this season, it gets a 10 out of 10 as well, bro. And that's not me being a fan. It's just calling it a spade a spade. So if you guys seen the episode, please let me know what you guys thought. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And remember, tomorrow I'll make another video, and I'll kind of delve into season 1. I'll kind of delve into season 2, and just kind of, give my thoughts and opinions about it just as a whole, and just give you some more love. You know what I'm saying? Because I really do love this series. So with that being said, 10 out of 10. I'll be back tomorrow with another video to enclose everything. This is Q's Insight. I am Cali. And until next time, people.